That's because they've built their own God. And they don't understand that the true and living God has a standard. Absolutely true. God is love. But you have to understand God is righteousness too, right? And you cannot build your own God and then you're going to say, the God that I serve, he doesn't mind me lying. He doesn't mind me fornicating as long as I ask him to forgive me. All grace has covered my sins already, so I can continue in the sinning. I can continue to go to parties. God knows my heart. He knows I have a good heart. So therefore, I don't need to hear what you have to say, right? That's because they've built their own God. And they don't understand that the true and living God has a standard of how we should live, right? In order for us to truly walk in the fear of the Lord and what it looks like, we must get rid of the worldly wisdom that is tainted and cleave to God's wisdom, right? We cannot understand the mysteries of the gospel or the mystery of the word without understanding his wisdom. That's why his wisdom and his knowledge and his understanding are for those who are walking with him, for those who fear him, right? We cannot fear God if we don't humble ourselves. If we do not humble ourselves, we cannot walk in the fear of the Lord, right? So let's turn to in James 3 verses 15 to 18, right? Let's turn to James chapter 3 verses 15 to 18, which reveals the wisdom of God and the wisdom of the world.
This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. Amen. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace.
Amen. So let's back up a little, right? Where it says the wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly, right? That is showing us that the wisdom that is earthly, that is below, right? Descended, right? Means to be is below, right? That is from the earth, right? That is not from above, but it's the earthly type of wisdom. It tells you what type of nature that type of wisdom has. And that nature of that wisdom, that the earthly wisdom, is what? Sensual. Sensual refers to, right? It focuses on the physical or fleshly desires. This signifies false wisdom that is worldly, flesh-driven, and demonic, right? Sensual refers to focus on the physical or fleshly desires. This signifies a false wisdom that is worldly, flesh-driven, and demonic, right? But it is what? Earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envy and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. That is what the earthly wisdom looks like. Because even in our society, you can see the wisdom of the things that they will give us, even in school sometimes. Even about marriages sometimes. It's so tainted. It is so deceptive. Even the way the way society has trained the mind, and when you have come to Christ, you see, but oh my God, these things that they taught us, even in school, even in society that we grew to know, are so deceptive. To be honest, guys, when I came to the Lord and I got married, I used to have some mindsets that the Lord had to deliver me and my husband from. Because we thought that some things that you see a lot of people do in the world, that was the right way how marriage worked. And the Lord had to reverse some things and say, like, that is how you see it. And that's how you learned from other people. But I'm going to teach you how marriage truly is, how I declared marriage to be. And that's when me and my husband began to learn these things, right? So I'm telling you, the wisdom of God and the wisdom of man are two different things, right? So let's look at the wisdom of God. But the wisdom that is from above, right, that is heavenly, it's first pure. So now it's telling you the wisdom, what the character of the wisdom of God looks like. It's first pure, It's peaceable, gentle, easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality. Without partiality means that there is no respecter. The wisdom of God is no respecter of person, right? It is no respecter of person. It does not show favoritism. It is not corrupt, right? Hypocrisy, when it says without partiality and without hypocrisy, refers to someone, right, someone whose outward actions or words pretend to reflect righteousness or faith, but whose inner life or behavior contradicts that. So it's showing us that the wisdom of God is not hypocrisy. It has no hypocrisy. It's not going to contradict what it's saying. If it tells you what it said, if it tells you that it's pure, if it tells you that it's not partial, if it tells you that it is full of good fruits. And I can testify to that the wisdom of God is full of good fruits. Because since I have met the Lord and I've been walking in the fear of the Lord, I have seen what good fruits I have borne in the Lord because of his wisdom. I have seen the mercy of God upon my life, right? I've seen the mercy of God upon my life. I used to be in this place of confusion. I used to be in this place of feeling all the time, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. But since I've met the Lord and I've allowed him to take out the garbage of the world, the wisdom of the world, right? And put his wisdom and allow him to what? Allow him. I use the word allow for a reason, because many times a lot of Christians are not allowing God to renew their mind, to transform their mind and to show them the wisdom so that they can truly fear him. And the reason why I'm breaking this down to you guys is because what? You cannot fear God without his wisdom being revealed to you. His wisdom has to be revealed to you in order for you to know who God is, in order for you to fear him, right? In Job 28 verses 28, right? It says, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and turn away from evil is understanding. Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to turn away from evil is understanding, right? When we understand God in his sovereignty, of who he is and what he requires of us as a believer to walk in his ways, we must develop an understanding of what it looks like to truly walk in the fear of the Lord, right? Let's turn to Proverbs 2 verses 1 to 5.